What happened back there?
I don't care.
Hey, I've got an idea. Let's rock talk.
October 16th, 2023 banned and restricted announcement. There are no changes to announce for formats. View the list of all banned and restricted cards by format. Oh, well, okay. Let's dive in and do some analysis on why it is they made this change. Oh, that's weird. It looks like there's only a single sentence about this. Huh. Maybe it'll be a really good sentence. I don't know. Let's read it and see. Let's see. Format goals and play booster announcement. Oh, that doesn't sound good. In keeping with our goal of greater consistency across our formats, we are making no changes to any formats. That's it? That's all they have to say? There's nothing else that comes to mind when they're thinking about any sort of changes to any formats. No, the formats are fine. We value the consistency of our formats being crap over the potential to have to make a change to any of them. Well, you know what? The consistency doesn't matter if the formats suck. Consistently sucking is worse than change. So I don't know. I don't understand. Well, that's a lie. I think we all understand. And we understand because we have the second part here. We do have big news today, however. We've announced new play boosters which bring changes to set and draft boosters. Check out the detail in Mark Rosewater's article, What Are Play Boosters? And learn more about play boosters in MTG Arena. They literally wrote more about selling their new product than they did about maintaining the health of any of the formats in MTG. And, I mean, just so we can verify here, here we go. Here's Rakdos Scam, one of the single most unfun decks I've ever played against in my entire life, with the most toxic play pattern Modern has ever seen. It's twice as popular as literally any other deck in the format at around 18%. Some numbers have it closer to 20, but you get an idea. It's definitely up at the percent where it should probably be banned if we actually cared about, the vision that was laid out and sold to us when Modern was created. There was a point where any deck that was above 10% was like cause for concern. But you know what? No, we live in the era where you can, be around 20% and Wizards doesn't care. As long as you keep buying the cards, that's fine. They hate us. They have to hate the game. They hate the players. They don't care about the formats. All they see you as is this. They see you as money sacks to be harvested, to give them your hard-earned dollars for play boosters, and they don't give a flying fuck what you do with the cards afterwards, because they're not looking at Modern. They're not going to make any changes. You know why they're not going to make any changes? They're still selling Lord of the Rings holiday packs with the One Ring and Bowmasters in them, and they're not going to ban any cards until Modern Horizons 3 comes out, because we need to make sure that people buy Modern Horizons 3. That'll shake up the format and invalidate a bunch of your stuff. That I'm sure that will not cause a new set of problems for it. You know what? Yeah, it's fine. This is what Magic is now, so I don't really have anything else to say. I seriously considered making a 30-second video where I just read this sentence and then told you to go watch my gaming streams. But no, we need to just be honest with ourselves here. Wizards hates everything, and you should not be giving them your money at this time. This is the single greatest insult they have ever done to their player base. Even if they weren't going to make any changes, this should have been its own article. This should not have been in the banned and restricted announcement, okay? Even if they were going to just hand wave away all the problems that Magic has right now and just pretend that everything's fine, this wasn't the place to try to go and upsell you on their new booster, which is going to be more expensive than what you are currently paying for draft booster. So if you want to play limited, the cost of that's going up. Several people have made videos about this. I think Pleasant Kenobi has a good one about it, so you go check that out. If you care about what the play boosters are, I'm not going to talk about it because you know what? It doesn't matter. The point is that new products do not belong in a freaking banned and restricted announcement. And you definitely, an article that is 3 sentences long. There are 3 sentences here. And 2 of them are devoted to talking about this new product. They gave you 1 sentence that just said, we're not going to do anything, with no explanation why. I don't know how many times I can say this in this channel. There's a reason that we haven't been playing Magic in here for... I don't want to promote it anymore. It's sickening to me that they're just destroying the long-term equity of this game for short-term gains. And I could not give you a better possible example of this behavior than this. It's insulting. It's insulting to all of our intelligence. Like, nobody believes for a second that they don't know that there are all of these problems that need to be addressed. Nobody thinks that, oh, you know what, the One Ring is a reasonable Magic card, and, you know, it's getting grief scammed in Modern 20% of the time. That's fine. Everybody loves that. Nobody believes that. Everybody knows. This is not new. This has been going on for months. Ever since Lord of the Rings dropped. Like, I don't want to be that guy, but, like, I said this many, many times over the last few years that the metagame would end up being, you know, completely dominated by Universes Beyond stuff. And look, I was right. Orcish Bowmasters and the One Ring are like 2 of the most defining cards that this game has ever had. But you know what? We're not going to look at any of the problems that they cause because, you know, we're still selling them. And if we started making changes to formats, we might actually have to ban some of those cards. So we can't do that. So go fuck yourselves. If you enjoy playing Magic, you know what? You can live with this toxic grief nonsense in Modern. And I mean, it's not like it's much better in any of the other formats. I think Legacy's a little bit better off. I mean, it was obviously bad enough where they had to do arena nerfs on both Bowmasters and the One Ring. And you know what? They nerfed it. They didn't ban the cards. They just nerfed them because if they actually banned them, they'd have to give you wild cards back. It's not like they could just give you wild cards and then change the cards, and then if you actually wanted that version of the card, you could just rebuy them. No. That would actually require them to give you something back for them doing the literal minimum possible amount of work they can to deal with it. And it's... I don't know what to say at this point, because it's just... It's absurd. I don't understand, like, the air at the top of the ivory tower on which the Hasbro CEOs sit must be super thin or something. Like, are they just doing rails of cocaine and, like, throwing darts at the wall to figure out how to, like, manage this company? Because this doesn't seem like what a person with 3 functioning brain cells would have announced today. Again, even if you were going to do nothing, what the fuck is this? You're trying to sell people on these play boosters, in which maybe they're even a good idea. I don't actually know or care much about them at the moment. I believe that they're gonna replace both draft and set boosters, but it doesn't matter. Even if they were a good idea, this is just gonna... It's going to poison people against the idea of them from the get-go. Because you announced it in the single worst possible way. So... and it's a price increase. That's also what it is. Like, they realize that it's a problem that, again, they themselves created when they decided they were going to do set and draft boosters in addition to collector boosters. And then they're like, why are people only buying the set ones and not the draft ones? Well... you know what? Maybe you shouldn't have separated those 2 things in the first place. That's possibly part of the problem. And then maybe, you know, if you only had one product that they would be opening for this, then maybe, you know, stores would be ordering more of it instead of you just having tons of these draft boosters that you then periodically have to, like, Amazon dump out. So, I don't know. Whatever. There's nothing else for me to say to you that I haven't said a million times before, but, like, this is ridiculously toxic, and I really want nothing to do with Modern or even like Magic at all at this point. This isn't sustainable. I'm not going to continue to give them my money, and I'm not going to continue promoting their game. When people ask me, should I play Magic, I tell them no, because I don't want them to get sucked into this vortex of just greed and consumer hate. It's terrible, and nobody should be supporting this. So that's all I got. I'll see you guys later. Come check out my gaming streams. They're a lot more fun than this.
Yeah, that was good rock talk.